we're joined with Jenni Bright. She's a community fundraising manager. Welcome along to the show, Jenni.
Hi, Daniel.
I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your role.
Yeah, well, as you said, I'm the community fundraising manager, and I work mainly in the Kent region. I work out of the London and South East office for the RNLI, which covers all the way from the Thames Valley right down to Hampshire, so it's a really big region to look after. But like I said, my region's Kent, and I get the opportunity to work with about 40 fundraising branches along with the Kent stations along the coast, just helping really sort of support any fundraising that might be going on in the local community, making sure that our fundraising volunteers have got all the resources that they need to make sure that the fundraising is sort of as good as it can be, really, and also trying to help generate ideas where they need me.
Can you tell us what the RNLI is? Yeah,
the RNLI, or the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, is essentially the charity that saves lives at sea. We support a network of stations. We've got 235 lifeboat stations around the UK and Ireland, mostly manned by volunteers, and we cover up to 100 nautical miles out to sea. So any incident that takes place, our crew are called out to help out. We've also got 4 lifeboat stations on the Thames who are manned 24 hours and expected to launch within sort of 90 seconds. The guys on the coast, they've got their pagers and can launch hopefully within 15 minutes of a call going off. So quite busy for them, but absolutely great job that they do. We've also got other things that we do. We're not just lifeboats. We in 2001 launched the lifeguards, which we now look at 150 beaches in the whole of the UK and Ireland, sort of making sure that holiday makers and local beach users are safe in the water and have the best service that they can on the beach.
Jenni, how did the SOS Day go this year?
Our SOS Day went absolutely brilliantly this year. What it is, it's our national fundraising day. As I mentioned, the RNLI is a charity, and we rely solely on donations from the general public, really, to keep our service running. So SOS is our day where we all band together and sort of take one day out of the year to really try and raise the profile of the RNLI, as well as raise as much money as possible to keep our lifeboat crew and lifeguards going. It happens on the last Friday in January every year. Always quite a chilly day, but always quite good fun. I had the opportunity to go down this year and help out the Dover crew. They had set themselves a challenge of rowing the distance from Dover to Dunkirk in a day. So between the crew, they were out on the high street rowing most of the day, and I was out there sort of shaking a bucket, collecting as much money as possible. So it was great fun. And we had down at the Walmer lifeboat station too, we had a welly walk, which was a lovely sort of stroll along the promenade down to the old lifeboat station and back again, with the opportunity to sort of have a cup of tea at the Walmer lifeboat station, see the boat, and the crew were there to answer any questions. So it was a real success story this year, with lots of the branches in and around Kent really getting involved and helping to make a difference on the day.
Jenni, how much does it cost the RNLI to keep going this year in our area?
Well, on the Isle of Sheppey, you've got Sheerness Lifeboat Station, which has got both an all-weather and inshore lifeboat. So 2 boats that need to be maintained all year round, ready so they can go out on a shout at a moment's notice. I haven't got exact costs, but on average a sort of all-weather lifeboat station, one of the bigger boat stations like here at Sheerness, is about £300,000 a year just to maintain the station. Obviously the majority of the crew are volunteers. We've got Robin, who's the mechanic down there, who's full-time just to keep the boat ticking over and making sure that it's ready to go out when possible. The RNLI as a charity, though, costs £145 million roughly to run every year, which is money we have to generate from sort of donations in the general public.
Jenni, are there any planned events?
Yeah, we've got a really busy year coming up this year. All sorts of people getting involved in all sorts of things. The biggest thing we've got coming up sort of in the near future is our London Lifeboat Day, which is an opportunity that we've been given to collect anywhere within the M25 on sort of public property, and we quite often target railway stations and sort of anywhere that we think there'll be a high population of people coming through, and that's normally really a big earner for us. So if anyone's interested in coming up to London for for the day and helping us collect, it would be absolutely wonderful. More locally, we've got the Sheerness Run will be taking place on the 18th of September. The lifeboat crew and the local fundraising branch here put that on every year, so that'll be a great day out if you sort of fancy going for a run on that day, and that's the 18th of September this year. And we've got the Dover Dragon Boat Race taking place down the road in Dover. Again, this is an annual event which Gable Events help us to put on. It's over the Dover Regatta weekend, and we're looking for sort of 17 teams of 16 people plus to jump in a dragon boat and race and see if you can win on the day, and hopefully it'll be a really wonderful day, so that would be great.
Now, I know you wanted to talk about a new volunteer initiative.
Yeah, this is a really exciting thing that's sort of come out in the last 6 months. It's an opportunity for people who, want to get involved with the volunteering, want to help us raise money and sort of give our lifeboat crews the best training and equipment that they can, but perhaps don't feel that they can commit to sort of joining a branch or becoming a member of a committee. It's called All Hands on Deck. And all you need to do is go to rnli.org.uk/deckhands and sign yourself up to become one of our volunteers. It's an opportunity to sort of sign up via email, and once a month you'll get a notification letting you know of any events, any collections or opportunities taking place in your local area that you could get involved in. So join up and become a deckhand for the RNLI and help make a difference.
Jenny, I understand that Michael Smith is walking the Kent coast.
Yeah, this is a gentleman, Michael Smith, who's taken it upon himself to raise funds for the RNLI by walking the Kent coast from Gravesend all the way around to Dungeness, visiting all the lifeboat stations along the way. He's going to be doing this in July of this year, and has got a website, www.awalkinthegarden.webs.com. Michael's going to be, as I said, starting in Gravesend and working his way round, and it's actually thanks to the crew down at Sheerness that's made part of his journey possible. He was struggling to get from the Isle of Grain over to the Isle of Sheppey, and the crew have volunteered to sort of go across and pick him up and bring him over, which makes his journey a lot easier, so that'll be great. And along with Michael, we've got a lot of people sort of taking it upon themselves to fundraise for us. We've got a 10-year-old Katie Carter who's completing a 10-kilometre walk along with her family in aid of the RNLI, so anyone can help raise money. If you've got an idea or anything you think you want to have a go at and help raise money for us, then please do get in touch with me. That would be great. And
I was wondering if you could go over some of those useful contact details for our listeners.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can go to the RNLI website, which is rnli.org.uk, or you can find the RNLI on Facebook, just searching RNLI. I'm also on there. If you search Jenni Bright RNLI on Facebook, you can get in touch with me there as well. Or if you want to give me a call, it's 0207 620 7400. And I'd be happy to have a chat with anyone who's got any ideas or just wants to know more about how they can help raise funds for the RNLI.
Jenny, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along and talking all about your role in the RNLI this evening.
My pleasure. It's been great to be here.